Much like America killed Osama bin Laden in 2011 to avenge the 9/11 attacks, the Israelis have taken out October 7 terror attack mastermind Hamas chief Yahya Sinwar. The Islamist terrorist has topped Israel's most wanted list since the beginning of the Israel-Hamas war just over a year ago. Sinwar's killing now strikes a powerful blow to the terror group that has sworn to the elimination of all Jews and the destruction of the state of Israel. Though the death happened a while ago, it was only confirmed now because troops appeared to have run into his hiding place in battle, only to discover afterwards that a body in the rubble was that of the Hamas chief. The IDF has released a video, and you can see it in the middle of your screens. There is Yahya Sinwar sitting on a couch. And this video shows a drone entering the bombed hovel and surprising Sinwar, who looks like a deer caught in the headlights. After a tense few seconds, a standoff, Sinwar reached out for a piece of wood, which he then flings at the drone, obviously misses. Moments later, he's blown up, and you can see that explosion to your right, viewers, and of course, you will then see his dead body, which we have, of course, morphed so that we're not confronted by the brutal gaping wounds, etc. Yahya Sinwar is the latest trophy in Israel's crowded cupboard. Ismail Haniyeh, the Hamas political chief, was killed in Tehran a few weeks back. Mohammed Deif, Hamas military chief, killed in Gaza in July. Saleh al-Arouri, deputy Hamas chief, killed in Beirut in January 2024. The kin of the victims of the October 7 massacres perpetrated by Hamas and plotted by Sinwar are welcoming his killing. But countries like Iran are predicting retribution. Iran says, and I quote, "When Muslims look up to the martyr Sinwar, standing on the battlefield in combat attire and out in the open, not in a hideout, facing the enemy, the spirit of resistance will be strengthened," unquote. Israel's Western allies, whether it is the Americans, the White House has put out a statement, whether it is Keir Starmer, the United Kingdom Prime Minister, or whether it is Emmanuel Macron, just about anyone in the Western Hemisphere, even the European Commissioner, has come out and congratulated Israel. The support for the killing proves that hot pursuit has won acceptance as a legitimate option in the armory of states who are attempting to persecute non-state actors for crimes committed on their soil. The big questions are, is hot pursuit or the ghar mein ghus ke marna, which is to go inside someone's bastion or den, this model a legitimate tool to secure justice against rogue actors? And are Israel's critics guilty of exalting the rights of terrorists over those of victims? And I want to open this up. Avai Melamed, Israeli intelligence analyst from Tel Aviv, is with us. Vivek Srivastava, a leader from India's left parties, is with us. And there's Dr. Ranganathan. I want to first begin with you, Mr. Srivastava. What do you make of Israel's actions? I hope you endorse it, and I hope you also say that India takes a leaf out of this and goes after the likes of the Hafizes and the Dawoods who are holed up, perhaps in hovels like this in Pakistan.
Absolutely, I do not support what Israel has done, and we have a very principled stand.
Excuse me, I didn't hear that. What did you just say?
Yeah.
You do or you don't?
Not support. I do not support what Israel has done. Very clearly, I do not support.
This is shocking.
No, hold on. The solution to Palestine has to be a political solution. It cannot be a military solution at all with the backing of the United States. No, hold on. Israel has to acknowledge the presence of United Nations and the Secretary General of the United Nations, who was not welcomed in Israel. 140 countries have written a letter, including the African Union, which said that Israel needs to understand what world peace is, and only India nation did not sign it.
Okay.
So we support the peace. We love the people of Israel, and Mr. Netanyahu has got a flimsy political career with corruption charges.
Maybe Mr. Netanyahu should have booked a conference room and had a pleasant telecommunication conversation with Yahya Sinwar and said, look, friend, what you're doing is not quite right. Here is the book of God, and this is what it says, chapter 1, chapter 2, etc., etc. Let's all follow in the words of peace. That's what today, and I suppose that's what Vivek Srivastava believes India should do also. If the opportunity even presents itself across the LOC to knock out Hafiz Saeed, we should talk to him. We should go across, shake his hand and say, nahi, nahi, Baba, aisa galat baat mat karo. Be a nicer person, turn the other cheek. Okay, well, let me first bring in the Intel analyst who is joining us from Tel Aviv. Mr. Melamed, there are elements around the world, and I'm not only singling out Mr. Srivastava, there are several others who say what Israel is doing by taking out people like Sinwar, etc., is an act of a war criminal. How do you respond?
Well, I do agree that Israel and the Palestinians should find a peaceful solution. I think that diplomacy and political solution is the right way to take. I think it's also important to understand something significant. Israel and the Palestinians could not have any kind of political solution, let alone peace, as long as terror organizations like Hamas or Islamic Jihad, and as long as terrorists like Yahya Sinwar are the ones that are dictating the trajectory of the conflict. That is the reason why taking out Sinwar, by killing him, and also by eliminating Hamas military capacities, is not countering the Israeli-Palestinian interest, but to the opposite. It could support a trajectory of a peaceful solution for Israelis and Palestinians. And I think that, unfortunately, there are circles in the world who fail to understand it.
Dr. Ranganathan, what do you make of these sort of conscientious objectors, if you like? I don't even know if you can call them that, but nonetheless.
In a just war, there is nothing like a conscientious objector, Rahul. To be neutral is to take sides. Switzerland was neutral during the World War II. It took sides, as we know that. Look, the evil mastermind of the worst attack against Jews since the Holocaust, the October 7th attack, is now eliminated. 1 billion Indians stand with Israel. And standing with Israel is not only moral, Rahul, it is imperative that we do so, because, and here I would like to make a few points, and they need to be internalized because these are irrefutable facts, not opinions. Number one, Hamas and Hezbollah use residential areas and hospitals as ammo dumps and patients as human shields, rendering Geneva Convention invalid. And here's the thing, the hospitals in Gaza were safe and functioning well till October 6 last year, weren't they? And they would have continued to be safe and function well beyond that had Hamas not murdered 1,400 innocent Jews and microwaved October 7. Vivek, I did not interrupt.
No, Vivek Srivastava, please let him finish. No one interrupted you, sir. We gave you all the time in the world. Yes.
Yeah, but war crimes, justifying war crimes.
It's okay. We'll come to you. I'm not running away, sir. Yes.
He is the same guy who is turning a blind eye to China, his favorite nation, interning 1 million Muslims in concentration camps and feeding them pork, destroying 1,700 mosques in the last 5 years. But there he doesn't think of Muslims because China.
No.
Now, please
No,
don't.
please, Vivek Srivastava, let him finish, please.
Thank you. So as I was saying, had Hamas not murdered 1,400 innocent Jews and microwave babies on October 7th and brought this war upon itself, all this would not have happened. So let me be clear once and for all, especially for people like Vivek. Hamas alone is responsible for the Gaza tragedy. Number two, while the Israel Declaration of Independence Charter does not discriminate between Jews and Muslims, the Charter of Hamas, democratically elected by the Palestinians, by the way, proclaims that the quote, day of judgment will not come until Muslims fight Jews and kill them. Israel will continue to exist until Islam obliterates it, just as it obliterated others before it, unquote. Number three, Israel has voluntarily given up land, Sinai, West Bank, Gaza, that it had taken over after the Arab-Israeli wars. If it was a perennial aggressor, why would it do so? And finally, Israel believes in the two-state solution where Israel and Palestine can live peacefully side by side. Hamas does not.
Does not. Exactly. In fact, the older Hamas charter viewers said that they want to completely eliminate any sign of Israel, including all the Jews. From river to sea, they said, viewers. We all know what that means. That means a genocide. And viewers, if we don't stand behind Israel, when it is pursuing cross-border terrorists, then we, India, will lose the right to do so ourselves. India, like Israel, is surrounded, by hostile nations, viewers, that have harbored anti-India insurgents. And I will ask you the same question that I asked Sanjay Jha 10 minutes back. Okay, you oppose Israel's right to go after Yahya Sinwar. Do you oppose India's right to go after Hafiz Saeed?
Very carefully. Communists across the world, we supported, and we, the Jews, we are caused.
Sir, I asked you a simple question. Do you support the right to go after
let me speak. Give me 2
Dawood
seconds,
Ibrahim
you get your answer.
and Hafiz Saeed? Yes, no?
The Jews were victimized and we stood with them in the Second World War. We fought Hitler, we are communists and we defeated because the cause of the Jews was right. And when a separate country
Vivek
was
Srivastava
carved
asked you a
out
simple
of
question, please. Don't give me all this. No, 1 second. Don't run the clock down. I'm asking you a simple question and let's not speak over each other. I'm asking you a question. You have a problem with Israel going after its non-state, 1 second please sir, non-state actors foisted to chop it into 1,000 pieces. You have a problem with Israel going after those people. Do you have a problem with India going across the LOC?
I have no problem with the citizens of Israel who are very good people.
I'm not getting a straight answer. Why am I not getting a straight answer, viewers? I didn't get one from the previous panelist and I don't get one from Vivek Srivastava. Boliye sir. Yes, of course.
30 seconds dijiye na sir.
Yeah, lijiye sir.
Netanyahu is facing corruption charges in his own country. And this whole war that is being fought, it is a war.
So let the Israelis decide who will be their prime minister. What is it to you if he is facing corruption charges or not? My fundamental question is this to you.
Because he has put his country into this war.
I want to ask you a question, sir. If you oppose in principle cross-border hot pursuit, do you oppose India's right to pursue its enemies across the LOC? Yes or no?
You cannot compare the Palestinian problem with the India-Pakistan problem.
Right.
You cannot compare.
Okay,
they are different problems.
Viewers, I leave it at this because there is no point arguing. This is a dialogue of the deaf, viewers. Quite seriously, it is. It's exactly the same issue. Non-state actors foisted by another country to attack Israel. Pakistan foisting LET, all sorts of other crazy, bloodthirsty Islamist jihadists to cross the LOC and attack India. It's exactly the same. And once again over a territory. It's exactly the same. But viewers, look at the responses. I leave it at this, viewers.